Hi friends, welcome to Shilpa's kitchen, and today we're going to make carrot halwa. That's called Gajjar Halwa, and it's very yummy. Kids love it, and now because it's summer, there's a season of carrots, so you get really nice, very sweet carrots, so the kids love it. And of course, who doesn't like sweets, right? So let's just start. So these are my ingredients. So this is, I've shredded the carrots, and it's about half kilo of carrots, and I've shredded it in my shredder. You can shred it with a shredder or a hand shredder or electric shredder, however you want. And it's nice to be shredded. If not, then you can just shred it with your cheese shredder. That also is fine. And then of course we need about a half cup of ghee. This is homemade, but you can get it outside, and I think it tastes better with ghee, not with oil. So if you are going to make this, please do it with ghee. And then we're going to put this tablespoon of milk powder, milk mala powder. I think you get it in an American store, and this is from Indian store, you can see. And it's really nice. A tablespoon of that will give it a nice texture. And we're going to take about 2/3 cup of sugar. So it's my half kilo of my carrots needs about 2/3 of sugar. And yes, you can always add less sugar if you don't want too sweet. It's up to your sweetness, but if you're having about half kilo, I would say at least 2/3 of sugar. And yes, I'm using the brown sugar. You guys can use any type of sugar. White sugar, this is what people make with white, but we eat brown sugar, so I'm going to make with brown sugar. So let's start making. So as you can see, I've put about half cup of ghee, and I'm going to put my shredded carrots, and you can see it's beautiful color because it's summer, and that's why the carrots are so sweet and flavorful. So I'm going to do is I'm going to toss this in my ghee, and I'm going to let it cook about 5 to 6 minutes, so all the ghee is being soaked by the carrots, and it just do it about 5 to 6 minutes so it just becomes a little soft. And then we're going to add my milk to it. You can see my carrots is almost coated with the ghee, and you can see it's still cooking. So now I'm going to be ready to put my milk. So I'm going to put about 2 cups of milk with my half kilo of carrots. And then I'm going to give a nice stir so that it blends, it takes in all the milk. And I'm going to let this cook till all the milk has been soaked by the carrots, and you can see the carrots will be cooked as well in the milk, so it takes all the flavor of the milk and the carrots, all the sweet flavors. So we're not going to put the sugar right now. We're going to let this boil. So I just tossed the ghee in very low flame, and I'm going to put into the medium and let it cook so that the carrots are cooked and coated with milk. And then you can see all the milk will be soaked in by the carrots, and then we're going to proceed ahead. So you can see my milk is almost gone, and it's all been taken by the carrots, have soaked almost all the milk. So now you can see there's only a little bit of milk left. So now I think I'm ready to put my sugar. So I'm going to put my sugar. So this is about 2/3 of my sugar. And then I'm going to have a nice, going to mix it well. It's going to get all the water is going to come, the sugar is going to leave out some water from the milk. So don't worry about it. Now we're going to let this cook for still 15 more minutes till all the milk and the sugar and everything has melted. You can use any type of sugar. I use brown sugar, but you can use white sugar or whatever sugar you have in your house. And that's it. We're going to let this cook for about 15 minutes, and we're going to come back and see how it looks. So guys, you can see that it's bubbling. My sugar is getting melted. Now I'm going to put a tablespoon of milk powder, and then I'm going to give a shake. I'm going to let it soak in, and I'm going to let it cook till all my milk is evaporated. And you can see I'm going to give about 10 more minutes and let it bubble on its own. Now you can see my milk is almost evaporated, so I'm going to put a pinch of cardamom powder. This gives a nice flavor, but this is optional. If you guys don't want to, you don't have to, but it gives a nice and very flavorful taste to the carrot halwa. So if you don't want to, you don't have to, but it gives a nice flavor to it. Tastes very nice. You can see the milk is almost evaporated, so I'll give about 5 more minutes and then we'll let it cool down. So you can see everything, the whole milk has been disappeared and everything is got together. You can see right here, you can see the texture, all the milk is soaked in. You can see just it's been a nice and juicy and very flavorful and smells really nice. So I'm going to let it cool down at the room temperature, and then I'm going to put in the container so that it solidifies a little bit, and once it gets into room temperature, then you can put in the refrigeration, in the regular fridge, and within 2-3 hours it'll cool down and it becomes a little solidified, so you can have it and cut into pieces and it tastes really yummy. So you can see I've put in the container, so I'm going to let this cool down, make it room temperature, and then I can put it in my fridge for a few hours so that I can cut into pieces and then we can eat.